Hey, what's up, everybody? It's just Charles Sabans. I want to welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamers Pro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And today, we got trouble in paradise. But before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and sub to the channel. Well, as you guys know, Shannon Sharpe is a huge LeBron James supporter, right? Especially going all the way back to his days on Undisputed. He used to come in there with goat masks. He used to wear LeBron James jersey and call him the king. He better than Michael Jordan and all of this. And the moment you talk about LeBron James, he gonna get upset. He gonna flame you up and all of that. Then he left FS1, went to ESPN, and has been doing the same thing. Basically, it's working it up for LeBron, telling him how much he supports him, right? And I used to say that I agree with a lot of the Shannon Sharpe sports takes. The one thing I always will and forever disagree with him is about him saying that LeBron James is the greatest player of all time. I've always disagreed with him. But given the fact that he's a huge LeBron supporter, one would think that, hey, look, Shannon is going to support almost anything that LeBron James does. But to give Shannon his credit, there have been times where he has shown the ability to disagree with LeBron James publicly. The last big moment I can think of was during, I think, the time Stephen A. Smith went to his alma mater. And basically, there was some comments surfacing about LeBron. This is, I guess, him heading into Miami to play them or after Miami. Just essentially talking about what Heat culture did for him. And LeBron essentially said that he was going to be LeBron James, regardless of whether or not he went to the Heat or not. And then people took exception to that. And one of those people that took exception to that was Shannon Sharpe. And he called LeBron James out to the carpet, and it created this big thing. But I was like, okay, Shannon has the ability to basically hold LeBron's feet to the fire. So where am I going with all of this? As you guys know, this Bronny James situation is one that is turning off a lot of people in the NBA. Yesterday, it made a lot of headlines based on some things that Brian Windhorst of ESPN said, where he basically said that, look, he can no longer support what LeBron and Bronny are doing, given the fact that now we're hearing that Bronny will not be traveling with his G League team on road games. We're like, okay, what in the hell is going on? And to have a person like Brian Windhorst basically withdraw his support for this Bronny James initiative, you know that you pretty much stepped in it, because Brian Windhorst has been one of the longest stalwarts in terms of support for LeBron over the last 15, 20 years, damn near, it seems like, right? So people have been reacting to it. We reacted to it. But then yesterday, I came across a clip from Nightcap featuring Shannon Sharpe speaking to Chad Johnson, and they were talking about the Bronny James situation. And to my surprise, Shannon Sharpe seemed pretty pissed off at LeBron James for allowing Bronny to essentially take shortcuts in his NBA career. And he called him out for him not playing those games and saying, like, look, how do you expect to get better when you're only playing half of the games? I'm like, wow, this is great for Shannon. I'm glad that he's calling him out. But before we even get into what Shannon had to say, today's video is brought to you by our sponsor, GameTime. With only 4 months left until the end of the year, I look forward to creating special moments with family and friends by attending various theaters, shows, plays, and sporting events. And when it comes time for me to look for tickets, I absolutely love to use GameTime. GameTime is one of the most reliable marketplaces for last-minute tickets to the most popular events in sports, music, and theater in more than 60 cities across the United States and Canada. GameTime saves me money, time, and peace of mind, so I don't have to sort through thousands of tickets looking for the best prices or worry about whether or not if they're authentic or whether I'm going to receive them on time. GameTime Picks, one of my favorite GameTime tools, analyzes thousands of tickets for all of your favorite events near your location and finds you the best possible deal so you don't have to. For example, I'm looking forward to this upcoming concert at Madison Square Garden of one of my favorite composers, Hans Zimmer. Here, I can select the all-in price to see the total ticket price up front, no hidden fees. And now I can sort through the best possible deals I can find. I can choose the cheapest deals, the great deal, or the amazing deal. Once you select the ticket you want, you can use their panoramic seat view to ensure you know exactly what you're getting before you buy. And if you're like me and always make plans at the last minute, you can grab tickets up to 90 minutes after the event has started. So take the guesswork out of buying tickets with GameTime. Download the app, create an account, and use code CLNS for $20 off your first purchase. Again, create an account and use redeem code CLNS for $20 off. And remember, whenever you support this sponsor, you're supporting this channel. Thank you. So what I want to do now is I want to play exactly what Shannon Sharpe had to say in response to Bronny James not playing away games and traveling with his team. And then we're going to come back and continue on the show. Take a listen to Shannon Sharpe here.
What you think? I think whoever had the idea and using Bronny the way he is for his development, I think they would know a little bit more than whoever else has anything to say about it. They understand what Bronny needs to do to bring himself along, to be a contributor and to get better at his game so he can play, at the highest level. Um, Everyone is going to have their opinion on the matter, but I think those that have been doing it for a long time that actually played the game and that or actually played. Um, Listen, this is something LeBron has probably signed off on. This is something probably Bronny and other advisors that are in positions of power have thought was the best thing for him to do. You know, to play in the home games, not to fly when the Lakers on the road, and that's how they saw it fit. I'm not sure why that would be an issue with anyone else. And
Because how does he get better sitting on the bench at Laker games? He needs to play. You said
but he's playing in the home game. He's playing in the South Bay home game though.
You said players don't get better sitting on the bench. So how is Bronny getting better sitting on the bench based on what you said?
They just said he's playing in the South Bay Lakers home games.
But they play road games. So when they go on the road, he gets nothing out of that. So he just go sit on the bench and watch the Lakers at home.
Hey, listen, that wasn't my decision. I'm just
basing on what you said.
He's playing in the home games.
You said players don't get better sitting on the bench, be it basketball or football.
Right.
I'm asking you now, how does Bronny get better when he's only playing part-time and the other half of the time he's sitting on the bench?
Listen, you really can't do the comparison when you talk about football and basketball because he's still playing. When you get benched in football, you're not touching the field at all.
No. But you're practicing.
Right. But again, he's playing in the home games for the South Bay Lakers. He's not being benched.
So that's enough.
You would know better than me. I'm not a basketball player.
No, come on now. Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that cop out on me talking about I would know better. Does a guy get better play? So let me ask you a question. So if a football player, he only played home games, but he didn't play on the road, he's getting better.
Come on. No, you can't know now. You know you can't compare them goddamn sports now. Come on now. Don't do me like that. Don't do me like that.
But if you get better by playing, I thought you get better by playing. We just had a conversation about Scottie Pippen Jr. Look at what he's doing. Mm-hmm. He was sitting on the bench. Look at him now when he's getting an opportunity to play versus him sitting on the bench coming in.
I like what you just said. But the key words you said about Scottie Pippen Jr. on the reason why he wasn't playing where he was because other people needed to handle the ball. So
what difference does it make? Why?
He had to be in a place where he could touch the ball and be a part of the team.
So what is Bronny? So what about Bronny? Doesn't he need to be a place to play?
Right. So you would want it to be somewhere else. So you have a problem with him?
I want him to play. I don't get the benefit of him playing part-time and the other time sitting on the bench. That makes no sense to me. You get better at doing something by doing something.
Right.
Not doing it part-time. Mm-hmm. What occupation allows you to do something part-time and you become great at it?
Man, that's a good question.
So you heard what Shannon had to say. Now, if Shannon Sharpe is calling out this behavior, essentially he's calling out the father, LeBron. Why? Because LeBron is the one that wanted Bronny to come to the NBA. It's him with his agency or the agency he's with, Clutch Sports and all of that facilitated Bronny coming to the NBA. So if we're hearing news that Bronny James doesn't want to play on the road, of course you're going to look at the father as well. Of course you're going to. Why would you not? Why would you not? So I think Shannon is indirectly calling out LeBron James' parenting skills in terms of Bronny as an NBA player, not as a parent overall, but I think that's what he's speaking to. Because if we're hearing that Bronny's not going to play in away games, do you think his father wouldn't be down with that? Now, some people will say, well, it could be true that he's just calling out Bronny. Okay, fine. He's just calling out Bronny James by himself. Why would Bronny do that? You know, look, coming into this season and coming into this story, I've always held the position that I feel like Bronny was being taken advantage of. I thought that none of this was beneficial to Bronny James. As a matter of fact, we published an article, a poll yesterday on our channel asking the audience, hey, look, do you think that this situation has been beneficial to Bronny James? Of course, people started playing games with me. Of course, it's been beneficial. He's in the NBA and he's making money. Really? Bronny James making $5 million, $7 million? A kid that has a father that's worth $1 billion coming to the NBA, that really changed his life? Bronny was probably worth that before he even got to the NBA. Like, who are we kidding here? Bronny came to the NBA to make $7 million. Like, who are we joking with here? People like to play games because they know exactly what I'm saying, but they like to play the game like they don't know. When I say has it benefited Bronny, has he benefited as a basketball player, and has his reputation been enhanced or diminished? It's obvious his reputation has been diminished. Is he improved as a basketball? Improving as a Of course not. He's not even playing away games. But people act like they don't know what I'm talking. People play dumb when it's time to play dumb. We all know that you guys are trying to run away from answering the question. Well, I mean, being in the NBA is a benefit. Really? Really? This is a benefit to who? To him? How? Right? So I thought that Bronny was just kind of like going along for the ride. None of this was his decision. But now I'm beginning to believe that Bronny's probably for this. People were talking about nepotism, and it seems like he's beginning to embrace it. Because I don't understand why you wouldn't want to travel with your team. Why wouldn't you? You say you want to get better. But I should have known better when we started hearing reports that Bronny only wanted to practice with 2 teams, work out for 2 teams going into the NBA draft. How is it that you want to just hear your name called, but you then say, you know what, all the other 28 teams, I'm not going to work out with you. I'm only going to work out with these 2 teams. I don't understand that. And if Bronny's for this, which I'm beginning to suspect, then look, you deserve every bit of criticism that you're getting. Because I can understand if you were a top tier player, if you're a first round player for that matter. But if you're a second round pick, 55th pick, I don't understand how all of a sudden, like my dad used to say, beggars get to be choosers. How? How can you beg and then demand at the same time? No. If you're the 55th pick, you got to be willing to go through the rigors. And look, if you're already being demoted to the G League, it shows that you're not good enough to be able to make any demands or enjoy anything great. And look, if you're in the G League and you really want to become a great NBA player, and it means that that's what you have to do, then you go through that. Or you're saying that Bronny's above traveling commercially. And if he's above traveling commercially, again, his father is a billionaire. What do you think is going to cost LeBron James to charter a jet to fly his son to wherever city he wants to play? Now, does it look weird? Of course it does, because the rest of your team is traveling together, and then Bronny's like, I'm taking a private jet. I'll see you guys there. I'll see you guys there. I'll catch you at the arena. You staying at the hotel? Y'all can stay with the Marriott, whatever the hell. I'm going to be staying at the Four Seasons, or I'm going to be staying at the Ritz-Carlton. I'll see you guys at practice. After that, I'm out. Like, it's just crazy. It is just crazy. And again, these are what people, this is some of the things that LeBron James supporters are supporting. They love it. They just rubbing honey all over their tummies. Twerking it up. Twerkation nation. You can't stop these people. Let them get a hold of a bucket of honey and it's a wrap for that honey. It's a wrap. They're going to be pouring it on the floor, sliding up and down the hallways with it. They just can't help it. Beating they meet in the corner, the LeBron highlights. They just love it. They love it. So any bit of news that comes out, yeah, Bronny, go Bronny. We love it. Bronny, twerk it up, twerk it up, twerk it up. We know y'all. Catch you on the next show. Y'all let me know what you think about Shannon Sharpe calling out King James. Catch you on the next show, and I'm out. Peace.